Anthony, Fox News. She's President-elect Trump's new nominee for U.S. Attorney General, hours after Gates withdrew. Bondi used to be Florida's Attorney General and was a Trump attorney in his first impeachment case. Fox's Alexis McAdams reports from West Palm Beach.
This is one of the main reasons that Bondi was floated and picked pretty quickly, according to sources, is because she says the DOJ needs to be held accountable. Listen.
We talk about the weaponization of the FBI, the CIA, ATF now, the IRS. Well, it all starts at the top with Merrick Garland.
If confirmed, Bondi would replace Attorney General Garland. Now, Gates calls Bondi a stellar pick as Republicans and Democrats spar over whether a House ethics report probing sexual misconduct and drug use allegations against the former congressman should be made public. Now, the Trump defense secretary nominee, former Fox host Pete Hegseth, met with several Republican senators dealing with his own controversy.
And we welcome the opportunity to talk to any senator that wants to talk to us.
Hegseth was a major in the Army National Guard and war veteran, but his lack of experience and sexual assault allegations have raised concern among some senators. Hegseth argues he was fully investigated and completely cleared of the allegations.
As Fox's Ryan Schmelz, more than 2 weeks after the election, a Democratic senator's finally conceded defeat.
Yesterday, Pennsylvania's Department of State says it finished the initial count of all votes cast with the exception of contested ballots. About an hour after that post on X, Democrat Bob Casey issued this statement.
I just called Dave McCormick to congratulate him on his election to represent Pennsylvania in the United States Senate.
Casey's concession marks the end of a tough Senate fight marked by legal challenges as Democratic officials in several county election boards voted to count improperly filled out ballots, violating state law.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. It's back to business as usual at the U.S. Embassy in London, no longer on lockdown after British police detonated a suspicious package found nearby in a controlled explosion. America's listening to Fox News.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
A win in court for actor Jussie Smollett. His conviction overturned over an alleged false claim he was the victim of a racist, homophobic attack in Chicago.
The Illinois Supreme Court's decision to throw out the convictions had nothing to do with Smollett's actual guilt or innocence, but instead Smollett's constitutional rights being violated when he was prosecuted a second time for the same incident. Smollett was arrested and charged for filing a false police report in early 2019 in what police say was an orchestrated fake hate crime. He was indicted on 16 counts of felony charges, but those charges were dropped as part of a plea deal. However, public backlash was swift and a special prosecutor stepped in to re-indict the case, leading to Smollett's 2021 conviction.
That's Fox's Chanley Painter. On Wall Street, stock futures mixed, up a bit for the Dow, down a little for the NASDAQ after yesterday's surge for the Dow, up 461 points. On Thursday Night Football, they played in the snow.
Winston, under pressure, gonna run it into the end zone.
Jameis Winston scored once. Nick Chubb scored twice to lead the Browns past the Steelers 24-19 on Amazon Prime Video. And baseball, they handed out the Most Valuable Player Awards.
L.A. Dodgers slugger Shohei Ohtani joined Hall of Famer Frank Robinson as the only MVP award winners in both leagues. Ohtani claimed his third MVP by becoming baseball's first 50-50 player, 54 home runs and 59 stolen. New York Yankees captain Aaron Judge picked up his second American League MVP title in 3 years.
It means a lot. There's a lot of the hard work in the off season, during the season, the ups and downs throughout it, and just the constant support from my teammates, the fans in New York, just everybody to help me get to this spot.
Courtesy of the MLB Network, Judge led the majors with 58 home runs, 144 RBIs, and 133 walks.
That's Bob Mortale. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Longtime foot soldier for Michael Madigan testifying against him in the former Illinois House Speaker's racketeering trial. Ed Moody testified yesterday that Madigan arranged for him to receive a consulting contract from ComEd worth over $354,000 without doing any work for the utility. Instead, he was being paid to continue campaigning for Illinois Democrats. A conservative group attempting to take action against an Illinois law that requires mail-in ballots be counted for 14 days after Election Day. In a filing this week, the organization Judicial Watch asking the U.S. Supreme Court to reverse federal court rulings that upheld the law. Illinois lawmakers moving forward with a bill that will expand treatment for chronic pain sufferers. State Senate passed a measure allowing physicians to make prescriptions for controlled substances without strict limitations based on dosage amounts. The state currently has policies that restrict doctors from prescribing opioids. That's what's happening. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, good morning. Made it to Friday. It is November 22nd. Glad you're listening. Diane Ducey's here.
Good morning.
I am Stevie J. That is meteorologist Greg Solier, who said, "Yeah, you're gonna get stopped, but it's just not gonna melt on the."
That's exactly
what happened.
Yeah. And even, well, just you sound like I do.
No, it's kind of good news, bad news, because I'm tracking you now because what you say just kind of works, and it was.
That's the whole idea. That's
I know, but it's just not that common. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the accolades. For the commentary.
Meteorological
the
world.
feedback.
It's just, listen. It's hard, and so by 2-3 in the afternoon, when he said it's all starting up, he said it's not going to stick on the ground. Never stuck on the ground.
No,
pretty good.
It looked like a snow globe out there for a while.
No, it was really kind of pretty, and I think we all are okay as long as it stays on the grass, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so off and running. Here we are on Friday. It is November 22nd. It's kind of a historic day, but I mean, all of us aren't very old enough to remember it. Some are, but it's November 22nd. I'll always remember this day, basically because of what I've been told about it. And the historic nature of what happened. And I'll tell you in a second, right after Greg's done with his weather, brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you, 1 in 5 people do not know they have diabetes, a common health complication. It doesn't have to stop you from living the life you want. Talk to your doctor about diabetes prevention and management. Visit carl.org.
Yeah, got to be maybe 70 to really remember this event, but it was huge. We'll talk about it. It's meteorologist Greg Solier. He's got a look at your weekend, sir, and maybe a peek at Thanksgiving week. What are you thinking?
Yeah, we've got that pretty much lined up here on the maps and charts and in paper copy here as well. So, we've made it through in relatively good order. It's wintertime and then some with snows pounding the central Appalachians as close in as eastern Ohio and western Pennsylvania. A few sprinkles off Lake Michigan and the northern parts of Indiana. And there's maybe a little mizzle, drizzle, misty stuff in the air this morning over parts of east central Illinois and that low cloud cover, but not a bad morning. These temperatures are still above average for this point in a November morning at 39 at Willard and Savoy, 38 Rantoul, 40 at Danville, 38 at Bloomington, normal, pretty much upper 30s and low 40s across the area. A lot of clouds for the day today, 44 this afternoon, a little bit below average. The northwest wind will pick right back up again at 15 to 25 and gusty. Had some 61 mile an hour gust at Springfield yesterday out of this wind-blown system, and they were up above 40 around here to say the least. 32 tonight, maybe a snowflake tomorrow, then some peaks of afternoon sun, not a lot at 47. That's normal for the time of year. Down to 31 for tomorrow night. We do get a little uptick on Sunday, and briefly on Monday, high temperatures up to 57 Sunday, 56, but dropping at Monday. A little bit of rain in the air, then we're back to some cooler weather Tuesday. System will kind of run up some advancing cold air if you're, again, going to travel through the upper Midwest to start for the holiday. There's some snow potential for the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin. We may see a little snow mixed into the rain here late Wednesday night, Thursday, Thanksgiving morning, then shift back over to rain, the high near 40, then some colder weather. Told you to get the holiday decorations up before Thanksgiving with high temperatures come next Friday and into next weekend, the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, the back end only in the low to mid 30s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Well, Solier, do you remember November 22nd?
Okay.
1963.
63. Oh, I think I know where you're
picture
going.
has just been transmitted by wire. It is a picture taken just a moment or two before the incident. If you can zoom in with that camera, we can get a closer look at this picture.
The great Walter Cronkite.
Almost exactly 1 hour after his initial bulletin, this now famous announcement.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1.
Oh, I cut it off.
Oh.
He died at Parkland College they thought that, he died at Parkland College. He had died instantly. I mean,
oh yeah, when they take a look at that whole account, the video, that was instantaneous.
Yeah, it was quick, and that was it. And then of course the secrets of all of that still controversial. Conspiracy, the grassy knoll.
Were there numerous shooters?
Yeah. And anyway, it's with Donald Trump in the White House and RFK involved. I wonder if they will finally open that case and say, here's what happened on November 22nd, 1963. If there's ever been a chance,
thought of that.
If there's ever been a chance in our history before, I think it naturally opens in 2063, 100 years after, I think is what they said. So if it ever is going to happen before that, it'll happen now.
Yeah,
but it was I was watching. Apparently, we lived in California on the campus of UCLA, and I went to my mom and said something's wrong with the TV. Because it was 10:30 in California when all this broke down, and they interrupted my favorite cartoon, Felix the Cat.
Oh.
So that's pretty much, I don't really remember. I just remember my older brothers remember this, and maybe my sister, but it was just it's like the end of Camelot. I mean, love the Kennedys, young, youthful little kids, and little John saluting his dad's candle.
Oh, yeah.
All those historic things.
The parade route, and he's out there saluting away and all that. Yeah.
All the things that changed from that, because there's a lot of thought that John Kennedy was not going to go to Vietnam. We were not going to. He didn't think that was going to be a winning thing, and Lyndon Johnson was very bullish on Vietnam. Mm-hmm. And so with Kennedy gone, Lyndon Johnson was all in, and away we go to something we shouldn't have been involved with if we weren't going to commit 100%. We didn't. It's one foot in, 1 foot out, and the first war that people could see on color TV, it was a disaster.
Right.
Anyway, 56,000 Americans died in Vietnam, and would that have happened with John Kennedy? In any event, that's today in history. My brother Johnny's on later this hour, and he's read a lot of books on this thing.
Okay. I was a year and a half. Obviously, don't remember it, but my parents, I had just come home. I too was adopted. They have unfortunately had to take me down to Texas for my grandmother's funeral. Was right around there, so they remember the accounts coming back. They were coming out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they were just exiting out of there hours before that stuff went on down there. So, I remember their accounts, and they have newspaper clippings and all that. Yeah. I think the world started changing probably back then. Obviously 9/11, but probably started to turn back then.
Yep,
so.
I think things just started changing after that whole event. All right, Mr. Greg, talk to you next hour. Thank you, sir. Bud. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's Greg Solly as we jump to sports. So what did Brad Underwood say to his team after the game at Birmingham, Alabama? Well, there's a little insight into it as this was released by the University of Illinois.
Okay, sometimes things don't go your way, but it wasn't for the fight. When we sat down and guarded them, we were great. And not win games missing free throws. We missed 13 of them tonight. 13. We win this ball game if we just make free throws. We had 13 turnovers. That's too many. The discipline of winning is doing your job. And we did so many things good. Got another one on Saturday. I love what we're growing into. I promise you, we're right there. Yes, sir. Yep. I promise you, we're right there. I'm doing this for 38 years. I promise you, we're gonna be right there. Understand?
You said that last year. I forgot who we played. I'm not gonna lie. I was questioning. I was like, I don't know. He's not lying, y'all. Like, we are really talented.
I said it after Marquette.
Yeah.
I said it after we got beat by Marquette at home. I said, guys, we're good, man. We're going to be good. It's not a time to hang your head. It's time to be disappointed, because guess what? The one thing in this program, losing is never acceptable. Not going out there in front of 15,000 and woo-hoo-hoo. We played. No. So we got to still learn how to make winning plays, and we got to avoid the mistakes we did tonight. Saturday's another day to get better.
Hey, family on three, 1, 2, 3, family.
Hey, that was Drake Gibbs Lawhorn that was chiming in and saying, no lie, remember
all
it?
All right. Sounds like we got some leadership shaping up, too, on the team.
I mean,
he's got the experience.
He's the only guy. And I'm thinking, has Brad Underwood ever coached a team in Park District in anything where he's never had the same guy in 2 years?
Right.
It's unbelievable that this is the only active player from last year's team is Drake Gibbs Lawhorn, because Ty's redshirting now. Anyway, it's stunning the development of this team, but I'm telling you, Brad sees something here, and I think it felt like an NBA game to me. We got to guard hard, but when we focus, he said we're great. So we'll see.
We've got Maryland Eastern Shore tomorrow at 3. So that means if you want to go to the game, you can text in Illini and maybe in parentheses Saturday, because we also have a game against Little Rock at 8 o'clock on Monday.
Tickets to both.
And you can put MON for Monday as you try to win. Text in Illini 359-2255. Thanks to Express Employment Professionals, your link to top talent and opportunities, expresspros.com. We also have our Illini women in action. Talked to Coach Shauna Green earlier this week. That game against Oregon State will be a good one tonight at 7 o'clock. Tickets start at $8. Doors open at 6. So get in on supporting our Illini women's basketball team with such a great recruitment class, too. In fact, ESPN had them as number 7 in the rankings for the 5 recruits that she's brought in. 4 are in the top 100. So go Illini. Our volleyball team has a game at 4 as we host Rutgers in volleyball. And then Saturday at 7, speaking of Rutgers, that's who our number 24 Illini football team will be taking on tomorrow at 11 out in New Jersey. So great time to support our Illini. We had is it a blizzard game yesterday?
Yeah, Cleveland hosting Pittsburgh in a blizzard that, you see occasionally, and you're happy on your couch and nice and warm. And it just looked miserable to play. But Cleveland, not a very good football team, upset one of the best teams in the AFC, and that's Pittsburgh.
Okay.
24-19. By the way, Illinois leaves today for Rutgers. 11 o'clock kick. We're underdogs at Rutgers. I don't know. I think we can beat them. We've won like the last 2 or 3 times out there.
Uh-huh.
2, 3 in a row in New Jersey. So let's see if we can get out there and get our 8th win. That'd be awesome.
On Sunday, Minnesota's in Soldier Field to face the Bears at noon. So make sure you're listening on Q96. Detroit's in Indianapolis to face the Colts at 3:25 on Fox. You've got San Francisco in Green Bay. Unity and Monticello tomorrow at 2 in Monticello. The Sages are ready. The Rockets are ready. We've got both coaches on the air today here at ESPN 93.5. Scott Hamilton will join Johnny after 7:30, and Coley Welters will be on after 8.
Corey Welter after 8.
8:08 or so?
8:06 or 8:08. Yeah, we'll talk to the head coach of Monticello, head coach of Unity. They started with 32 of the best 3A football teams in the state. They're down to 4. And if you win tomorrow, you're off to the state championship a week from today.
And just kind of a take note of a opportunity to get some signatures from some great football players coming to the heart of Campustown on December 7th at that Marriott.
Yeah.
We can meet Luke Altmaier and Pat Bryant, Valentine.
Khalil Valentine. Yeah, we'll have more on that as the time approaches. But if you want autographs for Christmas, we'll have that for you. Weather brought to you by Urbana Park District.
They remind you the 57th annual Turkey Trot, 8 a.m. sign up if you want those prizes, 9 a.m. start for that mile experience at Crystal Lake Park in Urbana. First 800 get a ribbon, urbanaparks.org.
And our final Stever of the month coming up.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Sonora, Champaign, and vicinity. Still a windblown day's worth of weather, minus the hint of wintertime in the air and on the ground still in some select areas. Temperatures pretty much close to seasonal norms. A little uptick briefly into early next week. A more significant drop in temperatures towards the Thanksgiving holiday and beyond. A little more moisture back into play as well. Speaking of which, a little drizzle in the air this morning. A couple of sprinkles this afternoon. Cloud cover sticks around at 44. That northwest wind picks on up 15 to 25 and gusty down to 32 for tonight. Maybe a snow flurry tomorrow, maybe some afternoon sun tomorrow at 47. We'll pop to 57 on Sunday and 56 on Monday, but dropping with a little rain in spots and colder here Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Daytime temperatures in the lower 40s with more rain back in for Wednesday. Some of that rain could have a little snow mixed in early on Thanksgiving Day Thursday, the high near 40. Highs only in the 30s by late next week on Friday and even colder for that following weekend. We'll keep you posted right here for Stevie J Broadcasting. I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Regulators in Europe have closed their investigation into how Apple handles rival audiobook developers in its App Store. The European Commission says a rival developer withdrew its complaint against Apple, though regulators say closing the investigation isn't a finding that Apple's conduct complies with EU competition rules. It will continue to monitor business practices. PepsiCo will buy out the owners of the Sabra and Obella dip and spread brands from Israeli food maker Strauss Group. The two companies have been operating a joint venture. Buckle is reporting a mixed quarter. The company sells trendy clothing, accessories, and shoes. Its earnings were lower, and sales in stores declined, though online shopping increased more than 1%. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola. Invested in you.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Did you know that routine maintenance on your furnace helps improve air quality in your home? Along with making sure your furnace is operating at maximum efficiency, Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing wants to make sure your home is as comfortable as possible. Voted People's Choice #1 HVAC and plumbing company for the third time in 4 years, let the expert team make sure you'll be warm all winter long. Call 217-841-4728 or visit dogtownheatingandair.com. Book your appointment today. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Illinois basketball season is underway. Single game tickets to see your Fighting Illini at State Farm Center are on sale now at fightingillini.com. Great seats are still available. Lock in your tickets for big games against Big Ten opponents before they're gone. Don't miss your chance to see the winningest team in the Big Ten Conference over the last 5 years.
That's amazing.
Be part of the atmosphere and get tickets at fightingillini.com.
Yeah, I don't know. Has that ever happened? I don't think it has. You'd have to go back into the days of 1920s, 30s, 40s, but modern history, we've never been the winningest team in the Big Ten in 5 straight years. Positive. That's just hard. That's hard to do.
Yes, it is.
And when I said that to Brad about 3 months ago, when I saw him in downtown, and I saw him voting day. Anyway, I saw him and he said, I want to be six season.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't anything about the 5. Forget the 5.
Uh-huh.
It's what have you done for me lately, people? So anyway, Illinois basketball, as I said yesterday, I'm bullish. That means I would buy the stock if it were available. I would also buy the long-term stock in Shauna Green's program. And I think Brett Bielema, I missed last year when I said from now on we're going to go to a bowl game, and then we lost to Northwestern the last game again. Northwestern.
What is it about?
Just stop it.
Stinking wow.
Stop it. Anyway, we ought to beat Northwestern. Anyway, I said Brett's going to take us to bowl, and I think that's true. Certainly we're going this year. I think we'll go next year. I mean, it's just a question of how high can we reach.
Yes.
And this is a reachable 9-win season for football, which would be like top 5 in prior history, because we didn't play that many games back in the day. We were like 9-1 was the season. Well, now we play 12. 9 is up there. 9 wins is crazy good. And 10, which opens that J. Lehman Latte deal at Long Branch.
Yes.
When they're treating up to $1,000 in food. That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Let's make them pay. Come on. It's really fun. Okay, today, one more Stever, the program where I hand out money. Today is one, again, that we all aspire to do, and that's get organized with Bulldog Disposal.
Okay.
I've done, our family's done at least five doggy bags this year. 5.
Man.
And one that Christian had at his home where they renovated some things. I didn't know they were going to lift that thing.
It was pretty full.
We got it to the curb before we really loaded it. Because you can't, we dragged quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it was topped off with everything, drywall, wood, tile, the whole thing.
We had a roofing project in Tolono down the road from where I live, and I was thinking that one's bursting right there.
That doggy bag was, you can get a lot in it, 6 cubic yards. Anyway, it's about a $210 Stever. I'll give one person a doggy bag that will be delivered. If you live in Champaign County, you get it delivered to your home. And then you just call when you fill it up. It's a mini dumpster, except it's canvas. And
That's right.
Shocking. Now, again, Phil hasn't tested this from the standpoint of how much will this hold, but he's lifted 2,000 pounds of tile, and the bag didn't break.
Wow.
Now, he does it safely as a crane, and he's away from everything.
Sure.
But it's pretty cool. And the kids, if they're home, would love to see this guy lift this.
So it's a nice new option when you're disposing of your stuff.
Yeah, so I'll give one to you if you are interested and you need one, or you're finally going to say, and by the way, it folds up into a 2x2 thing, and you get it. If you win this thing, it can sit in your garage till spring if you want. I don't care.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, Phil will come. That's kind of the cool thing versus a roll-off dumpster. When you keep calling and saying, are you done with that dumpster? No. Well, you can only have it because they run out of dumpsters.
Right.
Try getting a dumpster in this town in summer. Ooh, it's tricky.
Okay.
Anyway, I've got one for you now, and if you are inspired to say, I'm going to get the cars in the garage, and I mean it, might help with the doggy bag, just text in doggy bag to 217-359-2255. That is the Fisher National Bank text line. All right, so doggy bag, if you want this deal, $210. I'll pay for the pickup. It'll be side entertainment. If you got kids, they'll love that because they'll see them crane lift that thing up, and ooh, it's really cool.
Bulldog Disposal Service. Good stuff from Phil.
Very, very good. Okay, if you're interested, again, 217-359-2255. Okay, we've got news, and then Brother Johnny and Scott Hamilton for a few minutes.
Yes.
And then I got some stuff for Johnny after Scott has to go because he's getting ready for the big semifinal 3A football game in the state of Illinois. It happens to be Champaign County against Piatt County.
Right.
Unity against Monticello.
And then the championship game on Thanksgiving weekend, which will be in Bloomington Normal.
Yeah, it'll be Friday. I'm guessing the 1-ish game because they start at 10. Maybe it's 10. Noon,
yeah,
3,
maybe 1, 2, 3A.
Yeah, 3A. So I think we'd be 3rd, which would be early afternoon, I think. I don't know.
That's typically how it rolls out.
Let's hope that's in our schedule. In any event, it's a local team going, which is cool.
Yes.
More on that coming up. ESPN 93.5, 729.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
What is most important in your life? This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. If you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
One thing's for sure, everybody's different. That's why the new Villa Grove Community Center has something for everyone. Basketball your thing? Got it. Baseball or softball? Indoor batting cages and leagues for all ages. Indoor running track, soccer, pickleball, weightlifting, ellipticals, it's all here. Plus, a splash pad for those hot summer days and a community room perfect for parties or meetings. And membership is open to anyone. The Villa Grove Community Center. What's your thing?
PDR Automotive has now been serving the Champaign-Urbana area for over 50 years. To give you some perspective, 50 years ago ended the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, and it was when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. So what does that mean for you and your vehicle? Whether you need a carburetor overhauled or your new vehicle computer system diagnosed or programmed, PDR Automotive has the experienced, knowledgeable staff that can handle all your automotive needs. Online at pdrauto.com, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Matt Gaetz says Pam Bondi is a stellar choice by President-elect Trump for Attorney General. Gaetz dropped out with not enough support in the Senate.
Pam Bondi served as Florida's Attorney General from 2011 to 2019. She was the state's first female Attorney General, and before that, she served 18 years as a prosecutor. And as Attorney General, Bondi led efforts to combat opioid abuse and end human trafficking. She also helped recover more than $1 billion in consumer protection, antitrust, and false claims matters.
Fox's Brooks Singman. Republican Dave McCormick wins his Senate race in Pennsylvania. Incumbent Democrat Bob Casey concedes after not catching up in a recount.
Pennsylvanians can move forward with the knowledge that their voices were heard, whether their vote was the first to be counted or the last.
There are still 3 House races uncalled, 2 in California, 1 in Iowa. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. One website working to streamline the housing process at U of I. The platform Abode launched last month. In its first few days, it had 100 users. Now it's got about 1,000. The website's a one-stop shop for all students' housing needs, from apartment searching, subleases, and a roommate finder. Champaign County Coroner identified the 71-year-old man stabbed and killed November 16th. 71-year-old W.B. Curry of Champaign died as the result of stab wounds during a domestic altercation that occurred at his residence in the 2000 block of Cynthia Drive in Champaign. The man arrested was Dewandi Carter. Illinois Senate unanimously approved legislation to protect victims who file lawsuits over childhood sexual abuse. Proposal could prevent defendants from blaming survivors of childhood sexual abuse in civil lawsuits. Sponsors stress sexual assault very traumatic for any student. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Weather with meteorologist Greg Solier. Super Accurate 1, brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvements, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing, outdoor living. Visit KramerSiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity is stuck in a wide and expansive area of cloudiness in the wake of yesterday's wind-blown touch of wintertime. That's into the northeast of New England. Other than a little drizzle in spots this morning and perhaps a couple sprinkles this afternoon, the overcast sky, the stiff northwest wind at about 44 this afternoon. Really not far off seasonal norms. Lows down tonight to about 32. Maybe a snowflake early tomorrow. Then some peaks of afternoon sun at 47. We'll pop into the 50s here Sunday afternoon with a couple of peaks of sun and up to 56 on Monday, a little bit of rain. Temperatures may slide later in the day. Tuesday next week, colder. Wednesday, a little rain for the big travel day. Some of that rain may have a little snow mixed in, perhaps by Thanksgiving morning. Otherwise, a wet and rainy day's worth of afternoon weather on Thanksgiving Day, the high near 40. And another shot of some cold air moving in here for Friday and the rest of the holiday weekend, with Friday highs in the 30s and perhaps near freezing at best come next Saturday and Sunday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, here we go. It's semifinal 3A football. Scott Hamilton has jumped on the phone with brother Johnny. Johnny's down in New Orleans. Scott in final? You in final this morning?
Probably Unity.
Unity by now?
Oh, no. Yep, I'm in the office.
I thought this was a 10 to 3 job, man. What,
yeah, right.
What? I didn't know you had to actually... This early? Really? 7th? Come on, man. I once called a university professor. I called her at 7 and woke her up, and she said, "You have a lot of nerve. It's the middle of the night." Yeah, that didn't go well. Okay, brother Johnny, how about those Rockets, man? They play Monticello tomorrow. What's
Good
up?
Good job, Scott. Hey, man, that was a great game, and I wish I was there watching it, but I wasn't. But we're checking in pretty regular.
Yeah. Okay, so is it better to not play a Roxana or a Nashville? You rather play a St. Joe Ogden or a Monticello? Guys you know better?
Well, I think this time of year, I think it starts off with just being happy that you're playing and, not watching. So, whether it's St. Joe, Monticello, whether it would have been down at Benton, whatever the case would have been, just having the fortunes to be able to move on and play again is just a privilege and an honor and something that, our kids are ready to take on whoever it is.
In 31 years, have you been this balanced of an attack? You can pass, you can throw, both very well.
Probably not quite this balanced, as what we are right now. We had in 2009 with Dylan Sturgeon, we were pretty balanced in what we could do. But, when we had some years with Miggett as quarterback where we were pretty balanced, but probably this year maybe a little bit more balanced than what we've been. Balanced not only that we can throw it, but we got different guys we can throw it to. We're doing a good job. I think that, we're pretty good in all three phases. Our kicking game has been really good this year with Emerson Bailey. He does a good job of getting his field position and winning that battle. Dane's done a good job punting our kick return game. So, I think sometimes people lose track of the special teams battle and things like that. They only think about that when you blow something on special teams. But our kids have done a good job of getting us the field position as well.
Well, Coach, I can't count so to get to the semi, Steve, which is one game away from the state. I know you've been to the state 6 or 7 times. I have no idea how many games you've played in the semifinals, but it's a number of times that you've made it that far.
Yeah, we've been. We've got great kids. I'm fortunate to have a great staff. I don't know how many times this is either, but we're really happy to be playing another week, and our kids have had a great week of practice. And all the weather was terrible yesterday. Our kids were out, and we got about an hour and a half of a great workout in, and then they got to play in the snow a little bit, and then get them in and get them out of there. And I think the weather's going to be pretty nice for us tomorrow, so hopefully get a big crowd over there and a great environment and have a good football game.
Coach Hamilton, I just wondered some of the contributing factors to the success of the Rockets. Do you think it's the JFL program or the facilities or the alumni or the parents' support or what do you feel like is one of the feathers in your cap here?
Yes.
All of it.
I think yes. I think all that. I think that, I think it starts off with, our school board, our administration, and the support that we've had, over the 31 years, all the way back with Don Akers as the principal back then when I was hired here. But I think everybody contributes to this. It's, all the former players contributed to it. I often talk about those seniors that were on that 94 team that, bought into what we wanted to do, got us into the playoffs and kind of started everything. And just every group that's kind of built it to what it is.
I'll tell you, too, the success, Coach, which starts with the coach and what you've been able to do. And, of course, the effect that the team and that kind of excellence has on the whole community is amazing, and the facilities and the school, and it's really been fun to watch. And I give you and your guys a lot of credit, and doing a lot for the kids too, which is really the most important thing of all. But Steve, Scott's probably played as high a percentage of games as you can play of anyone ever. I mean,
yeah, that's true. All the playoff games, that's true. Yes. For a high school coach, he's a Hall of Famer. But the question, Scott, is I kind of jokingly said, you signed up for 19 more years to make 50 years as Unity's coach. But think of it this way. What poor sucker is going to have to come after you? I mean, that's like Tom Landry, Bill Belichick. I mean, you want to follow Vince Lombardi. I mean, good luck, because your success is going to be really hard to match.
Well, you know what? We got a great community, and we got great kids, and we got great people that are around the community. And, whether it's, me in there, it's somebody else in there. I don't envision those key pieces changing. So, we'll this community will move on and be better. And, so what we've got to try to find a way to do is be ready to go at 2:00 tomorrow.
That's right.
And worry about all those, how many semifinals or how many state. None of that stuff means very much at 2:00 tomorrow. And,
that's right.
And that guy that's on the other sideline, he's got a few wins under his belt.
He's good.
State titles as well.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
I can assure you this: he's convinced his kids that they can win, just like we did against St. Joe, and hopefully our kids are up to the challenge tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, and we're looking forward to seeing it, and I think you'll do fine. So.
No, listen, you've done a great job. Good luck tomorrow. Another really good matchup with Monticello and Unity over there. Anything facility-wise? They have turf. I mean, it's comparable size of audience, 3,000 maybe. It's going to be big.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot like our St. Joe game. I mean, I think it'll be a huge crowd and an exciting day, and just look forward to getting at 2:00. It's going to be a long time between now and 2:00 tomorrow, but hopefully we'll try to stay busy and make some time go away.
Listen, go get them. We're rooting for you. Yeah. And hope you play great. Good luck.
All right.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, everybody.
Talk to you soon. Scott Hamilton, the head football coach at Unity High School. We will call Cully Welter, the head Monticello coach, in about 25 minutes.
Now, the winner goes November 29th in Hancock Stadium at ISU in Bloomington Normal against Montini, who's 9-3, or Wilmington, who's 12-0.
Yeah, Johnny, those two North teams, they play 5A schools all the time. I mean, it just doesn't seem like a balance when you get to the title game. We've seen St. Joe Ogden. We've seen Unity many, many times, probably 10 combined for sure. And they just play these northern teams that just seem to be better. It's just hard.
They seem to be in a different. I don't know how they do the divisions or divide them up, but hey, we can beat them. We can beat them. It's just we had a couple games where we had done well, it's rough, man. Hey, you expect you're going to be playing a pretty good team by then.
Yeah, right. No, that's right. And a team on a streak themselves. I mean, Monticello was our last game. Unity beat them 42-28 about 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
And so they're good, and Unity is playing very, very good football, but the fact that they've got Dane Eisenminger, who's, I think, a Division I guy that's getting calls, maybe. He's 6'4" quarterback, so good player.
Yep.
All right, Johnny.
I just got the stat. 2,567 passing yards and 36 touchdowns from Dane Eisenminger.
Johnny, how many would you have scored had Dane Eisenminger and Scott Hamilton been involved in your career? Maybe a little more. Because back in the day, we rush. You caught 39 balls your senior year, which is out of sight, all area, all courier land, the whole thing. Nobody threw the ball back then.
Well, yeah, and I've been watching these kids, and probably the answer is none. I wouldn't have got to play. So I was just
That's funny. All right, Johnny, we've got Matt Gaetz out as Attorney General potential, and now he's out because he was a distraction. He pulled out Pam Bondi, MSNBC. A little concerned about Pam.
Pam Bondi is exactly what I was saying in the last segment that we should all fear, because she's competent. We may not agree with her ideologically, but she actually knows how to do this job. So if anyone on the Democratic side or anyone who cared about liberty or justice was thinking, well, maybe Matt Gaetz will screw this up and that'll give us some time. No, Pam Bondi knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing about immigration. Remember, Florida is one of those states that's been very aggressive about migrants and deportation and moving people to different states and everything else like that. Florida has enacted all sorts of rules and laws to curtail students and what they can do on campuses and finding legal justifications for manipulating education money. She is a dangerous and effective pick.
They're worried that she's so good.
I've heard of Freudian slips, but that's a Freudian clip.
Yeah, that's right.
Listen, he's just talking like the bad guys, worrying about John Wayne coming on the scene.
That's right.
It's interesting, to keep our students from being able to protest and shut down class and learning. It's like, wow, we got to do something about this girl. Well, that's good. I think I've been impressed with her. I've seen her on TV from time to time, but I don't know a whole lot about her record.
Diane says she's so young. She's so young. You know how old she is, Johnny? Guess how old Pam Bondi is.
I mean, I'm going to guess she's 50.
She's turning 60.
Right.
Okay, she looks younger than that.
Yeah,
she
but
looks good.
18 years as a prosecutor, 8 as attorney general. She's put some years in. She will know how to do the job. It should be an easy confirmation for her. I think now Pete Hegseth and some of the allegations there, that's probably most controversial. And now the Democrats are freaking about a former Democrat, RFK Jr. He's going to get confirmed, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm thinking that most of the remainder, they've kind of went nuts on Gates. And it's interesting, the whole story with Gates, which is a surprise. And it seems clear to me he did not want that report to come out. They didn't charge him with anything, but it just doesn't seem like, because he resigned immediately, which was interesting. And if he doesn't decide to go forward, because he was elected, because every congressman runs, but for the rest of this term, he resigned, and he can't go back. But he can go get sworn in for the next term.
Right.
But he hasn't announced whether he's going to do that.
I thought he said that he's not, but maybe I missed that. I thought he's...
Which just, again, I think that report's a deterrent. And so the whole thing, but they'll be, of course, nitpicking anyone they can. But Hegseth is the next biggest surprise to me.
Yeah.
Because he's not very old.
No, 40-something. Yeah.
And that's Secretary of Defense. So, look, it's going to be quite a show. I mean, a real team of, I think, a diverse group from all over.
Yeah.
And I think there's people that really just want to try to make America better, which is what I'd like to see.
Could Donald Trump call Joe Biden and say, let's not give any, let's calm down on this Ukraine, Russia? I mean, it's escalating. We don't want that.
Yeah, maybe you could call him, and I don't know that he hasn't. But Joe is the president.
Yeah.
And I don't know what'll happen there. Boy, 2 months can be a awful long time, Steve.
Yep.
Jiminy.
All right, so I wanted to end our segment with Brother Johnny New Orleans at ESPN 93.5 on November 22nd. And John remembers what happened on this date in history.
Yeah, this very day, exactly. It was a Friday.
Yep.
It was a Friday.
Charles Kuralt did this piece, and I want you to hear it. I played it earlier this hour.
This picture has just been transmitted by wire. It is a picture taken just a moment or two before the incident. If you can zoom in with that camera, we can get a closer look at this picture.
And almost exactly 1 hour after his initial bulletin, this now famous announcement.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1.
About 120, whatever the time was. I accidentally cut that off when I was recording it, but it was Walter Cronkite tearing up. And you were in class in California. We were in Westwood, California, the campus of UCLA. What do you remember?
Well, the teacher got a note, and she read the note, and she looked a little somber, but she didn't tell us anything till lunchtime, which was about an hour later. And that would have been around noon. Or maybe 11 o'clock or 11:30, because she didn't know he was dead, and she just said, the president has been shot. And I said, is he dead? And she didn't even answer.
Wow.
So, but that was, I was getting older too, Diane, being 8, and I remember it pretty well. So, yeah, it was a turning point in American history.
I was going to say, was it what changed? Would we have gone to Vietnam? All those questions are unanswerable, but I mean...
Well, I think that even, believe it or not, the bigger change was this kind of man above suspicion that the government kind of had in 1962 went away. There was nothing but conspiracy theorists, and I don't think that's what happened. And they stuck... The powers that be, or at least some of our reporting media, that discovered that if you just say the same thing over and over, it doesn't matter what we saw. People, they just have to believe it because they weren't there. And when, everything, unfortunately, various bits and pieces are flying backwards, and they're saying he got shot from the back, it never added up, and that man Abel Zapruder had it on video.
Abraham Zapruder was on lunch break. He happened to have an 8mm movie camera. Took that. Otherwise, there would have been nothing showing anything, right?
Yeah, and they had one of the first things, they had the clips showing how his head went forward, and then those cells on the film had been rearranged by our illustrious J. Edgar. And he came back and said, yeah, that was a clerical error. That was a clerical error. But there were people looking at everything about that. And then the mistrust of government is a destabilizing thing. And so, and then you do have the Vietnam question, because that was truly just destabilizing. Johnson wasn't the greatest inspiration of all time. And so it just turned things back, because we had this kind of Camelot thing, and believe it or not, John Kennedy was considered liberal.
Yeah, right.
and he wasn't liberal by today's standards.
No.
Bobby was a little more liberal, maybe, but and he was named Attorney General. So John named his brother Attorney General, and he was going after the mob. So then you get into probably the best story about it, if anybody's still wanting to look at it closely, is by Sam Giancani's little brother, Chuck Giancani, called Double Cross. And that to me, that's about what I've seen over the years, is what he writes. It fits. Everything fits to what I've seen. And so, yeah, it wasn't Oswald acting alone. That
well,
pretty sure about.
They're releasing everything in 2063, I think, or 2064. Is there ever a better chance than now that Donald Trump would make that transparent? Should he, and what would that do?
Of course he should. Why would we keep covering up our past? And I don't understand it at this point, and just about everybody who could get in trouble is dead. So we need to know that, because that's how you keep it from happening again. So I hope he would. I don't know how much more there is to release, Steve.
I mean, but we're still in a country that takes the Warren Commission report that Oswald acted alone, that he shot from the commissary. I mean, we don't think that's true.
No, but I think the only thing we're missing is the government saying, yes, here's what happened, and basically these three books have it right, and here's all the data if you want to go through it again. But and it was not dissimilar for Martin Luther King, I don't believe. But and then Bobby. So that whole era with the assassinations, there's questions, and there's a lot of things not released.
Would you go to RFK? Would you go to Bobby Kennedy Jr. and ask him how he would feel about all of it, including Malcolm X?
I think
Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Bobby Kennedy, and John Kennedy, and then three of them in 1968.
Well, and the thing about Bobby is, the only thing is, in Life magazine, they actually showed where Bobby was shot right in the back of the head and the powder burn was on his neck, and I was all the way up to 14 then, and but they were saying, well, the gun has to be within about 1 inch to do that. Well, Sirhan never got within an inch. He just didn't get that close. He was close, and he fired the weapon. But those questions, and we never seem to get the straight answer, and so that's what's really hurt this country and the people involved. We always hear the word transparency, and it's important.
Yeah,
it's important. It's called the truth. Well, what happened? What happened, and who did it? And then you go to the accountability side of it. It seems
and not like what Jack Nicholson said in Few Good Men. We can handle the truth, can we?
Yes, we always could have. But the people who got caught doing something like that can't, because they're going to get shot.
Right. All right, and what about Jack Ruby killing Oswald? Was that who told him to do that?
That was the old Godfather thing. I may give you a call someday.
I see.
And that day may never come.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, so they called to Jack, you got to take him out.
How many books do you think you've read on this? Because I know you've read multiple books.
I don't know, a lot. It's been a long time. But Ruby was out of Chicago, and the Secret Service were in his bar all night because we have first-hand eyewitness. Mike's wife, Diana Dicka, was at that bar.
Wow.
And they didn't get out of there till 3 or 4 in the morning. They had a couple beers. But
Secret Service had?
Oh, no, they were just partying hardying.
Oh, boy.
And they were a little slow, but it wouldn't have mattered. That actually just didn't make any difference. But they weren't in on it that I've ever found, particularly. But no, it was just horrific for the nation.
Yeah.
Everything shut down, and the mob was involved because Bobby was after them, and that all ended. It didn't. That was the pursuit of organized crime went away for a spell after John Kennedy was shot. And Bobby did say, if I'm not elected president, we'll never know what really happened to my brother.
Yep, I remember that. Yeah.
So,
well, it'll be interesting because I think this is your window. If you ever wanted to know, Donald Trump would be the one to release all that stuff.
yeah, I believe you're right about that.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that offends a lot of the political elite, let's call them. And there's a good argument against it because that can be destabilizing because then it starts. Then you probably lied about this.
Yep.
Then you probably...
Yep.
And so you can be a little say, well, it really won't do us that much good at this point.
Yeah.
And so it's an argument, but one thing people don't like about Trump is he doesn't care. That's what happens. He's going to tell you.
All right, one quick thing.
We had a text in that says Johnson reversed Kennedy policy of no Vietnam War on Monday before Kennedy was even buried. That's when our country was starting to go the other way.
There's a lot of interesting things that Johnson did, including because, as he said, that it's the taxpayer's car, and I need it. He had the car that Kennedy was in. That was the Lincoln convertible, flown to Detroit and completely gone through in case there were any, bullet marks and blood and everything, clean it up. In other words,
they did it immediately. They absolutely swept the car.
That evening, that Friday evening, the car was out of there.
What are
and
you doing?
I mean, even CSI Dallas 63 could have figured out some things back in 19.
You would have never touched that car because that's all the evidence of how many bullets and everything. For Pete's sake.
And another thing, here's a neat bit of trivia. Actually, it just kind of might give you chills. But Hoover was going to turn 70 on January 1st, and mandatory retirement if you're a government employee. And so he was gone for. But in December, Lyndon Johnson said, "Jagger, I'm waiving that retirement. We can't do without you."
Wow.
And he had asked Kennedy to, and Kennedy wasn't going to do it.
Wow. I don't know, Johnny. It's a lot there. We'll see what happens as we move forward, but it had to touch on the anniversary.
Well,
and it was a Friday.
right.
You're right. It was a Friday. Same day, too, on November 22nd,
You know what's another weird
1963.
thing? They had Marcellus, who was highly involved, and the Kennedys were trying to get him out of here, deported, and he was on trial on this Friday. And right after Kennedy was shot, one juror held out, and he got off. And they found out that juror got a $5,000 down payment and was supposed to get another $20,000, but somebody killed him instead. So anyway, Marcellus walked out of the court a free man on this very day.
Marcellus was a mob guy, right?
Yeah, one of the top. They thought he was the number one guy, but between him and Frank Carolla and Sam Giancani in Chicago, Carolla was New York. That's the three guys that were the organized crime bosses.
Man, oh man. All right, well, sorry, folks.
We've had a great history. It's a great country, Steve.
This date in history, John Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, November 22nd, 1963. It happened to be on a Friday like today. And we've kept people in the car. Sorry, we held you. It was compelling. I just couldn't move my ears. It's crazy. But again, with Donald Trump, is it possible that he consults? Wouldn't Bobby Kennedy Jr. want to know? I would think he would. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
we'll see.
All
That's
right.
an interesting point.
We'll call you, I guess, next Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I think we're on. If Eddie's on, we'll catch up with. See what.
All right.
Ed
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We'll have to get the lay of the land with the Pam Bondi.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for all the good stuff, Johnny. We appreciate it very much.
You.
Have a good weekend.
Right. Talk soon. Brother Johnny down in New Orleans, ESPN 93.5. Yeah, he is well versed in the whole Kennedy assassination. There's so many things. So many things. Yeah.
And great to have Scott Hamilton on at the beginning of that conversation. Again, Kelly Walter is coming up with the Sages.
Yeah, he's the head coach of Monticello. Cully Welter is coming up next, and we'll ask him how Sages are ready to host the Rockets in two teams that know each other very well.
Cloudy and 40 now, up to 47, according to our meteorologist, Greg Soye.
He'll be on live here in the next segment as well. Stand by. It's Friday. All of your texts coming in on the Fisher National Bank text line. Thank you for listening. Diane Ducey is there.
Good morning.
I am Stevie J, and we turn to Fox News at 8 o'clock. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
She's his second choice for Attorney General. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News President-elect Trump has nominated Pam Bondi, Florida's former Attorney General, hours after Matt Gaetz withdrew from consideration. Bondi was also a Trump lawyer in his first impeachment case. In a post, the former president wrote,
Pam will refocus the DOJ to its intended purpose of fighting crime and making America safe again. I've known Pam for many years. She's smart. She's tough.
Fox's Alexis McAdams near the Trump estate in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Trump is trying to shake things up. That's what he was trying to do with Matt Gaetz, right? But it didn't work. There was just too much controversy.
Democrats continue to push to get a House ethics report released investigating Gaetz' sexual misconduct and drug abuse allegations.
House Speaker Mike Johnson has argued that since Gaetz is no longer a member of Congress, the committee no longer has jurisdiction, so the report shouldn't be released. Gaetz has not yet announced if he will return to the House for the next Congress starting in January. His resignation only affected the current term and does not cover the fact that Gaetz was reelected in his district.
That's Fox's Ryan Schmel. Speaking of the next Congress, after a recount in Pennsylvania, Democratic Senator Bob Casey has conceded defeat to Dave McCormick.
We're excited to have this resolved finally. Yeah, mathematically, it was clear from Election Day on that the election was over.
And McCormick also tells Fox,
we need to step back and look what happened in this election and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Referring to officials in some counties violating a state law and court order by counting disputed ballots that don't meet qualifications. McCormick's win in Pennsylvania gives Republicans a 53-47 Senate majority for the next Congress. Some people in the Northeast woke up to snow on the ground, and Moore's forecast with winter storm warnings up from West Virginia up to upstate New York.
A lot of snow, folks, because this is an all-day event, but also it does linger into Saturday because this low is kind of doing a dance over the Northeast, not really moving too much.
Fox Weather's Britta Merwin. There's also heavy snow in Northern California, record rain in Oregon and Washington State, where nearly 200,000 power outages exist. America's listening to Fox News.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Sean Diddy Combs keeps trying to be set free. He has a third bail hearing set today in New York City, where the rapper and music producer has been jailed since his September arrest on federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Sean Diddy Combs is also facing multiple lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault or misconduct. In Alabama, a convicted killer was killed.
50-year-old Carrie Dale Grayson, an inmate at William C. Holman Correctional Facility in southern Alabama, was pronounced dead at 6:33 p.m. local time, becoming the third person in the U.S. and the state to be put to death by nitrogen gas. He was one of 4 teenagers convicted of the 1994 murder of a female hitchhiker in Jefferson County. The U.S. Supreme Court turning down his request to stop the execution. Grayson's lawyers had called for more scrutiny over the method, which causes nitrogen hypoxia, or death by lack of oxygen. Alabama began using nitrogen gas to carry out some executions earlier this year. Officials in the state maintain the method is constitutional, but critics argue it's suffocation, cruel, and inhumane. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures aren't showing much direction. They're up slightly for the Dow, down a bit for the NASDAQ before the opening bell this hour. On Thursday Night Football, the Browns win on a white, snowy field.
Winston from the gun. Hands it off. To the end zone goes Chubb. Touchdown Browns.
Nick Chubb's second TD of the game in the last minute won it for the Browns in Cleveland, topping Pittsburgh 24-19 on Amazon Prime Video, snapping the Steelers' 5-game win streak. In baseball, it was unanimous in both the American and National League. The most valuable player award going to Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers star in the National League, and New York Yankees star Aaron Judge winning it in the AL. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois lawmakers moving forward with a bill that will expand treatment for chronic pain sufferers. State Senate passed a measure allowing physicians to make prescriptions for controlled substances without strict limitations based on dosage amounts. State currently has policies that restrict doctors from prescribing opioids. Longtime foot soldier for Michael Madigan testifying against him in the former Illinois House Speaker's racketeering trial. Ed Moody testified yesterday that Madigan arranged for him to receive a consulting contract from ComEd worth over $354,000 without doing any work for the utility. Instead, he was being paid to continue campaigning for Illinois Democrats. A conservative group attempting to take action against an Illinois law that requires mail-in ballots be counted for 14 days after Election Day. In a filing this week, the organization Judicial Watch asking the U.S. Supreme Court to reverse federal court rulings that upheld the law. That's what's happening. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
All right, we're going to talk to the Monticello football coach, Collie Welter, here next in just a moment. We check with our meteorologist, Greg Solier, and he's going to tell us 2 o'clock for the Unity football game.
Yes.
Illinois plays in New Jersey at Rutgers tomorrow at 11 a.m. I think it probably could be snowy, rainy if everything moved that way. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, it's getting ready to do just that with kind of a rain-snow mix out at Rutgers right now. But you said that's a game for tomorrow.
11 a.m. 11 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks to be maybe on a windy, chilly note out there. There'll be a healthy west-northwesterly breeze impacting the kickoff out there, kickoff game and the passing game, I'm sure. And there may be perhaps a sprinkle or even a wet snowflake that comes along. I think the meat and potatoes of it all out there in New Jersey is really forecast out there for the day-to-day. The travel getting out there may be an issue or perhaps some delays, but I think the ball game itself in relatively good order, certainly for late November standards with temperatures out there. Actually, later in the ball game, kickoff time should be between about 45 and maybe 50 degrees with, again, a sprinkle and a snowflake in the morning, and that's it out there. And a chilly west-northwest breeze. Kind of like we got it here with a reading of 40 now at Willard and Savoy and Danville, 39 at Rantoul. A pretty healthy west-northwesterly breeze as the day wears on. All the action through Pennsylvania and New York State right now, but we got some wet and maybe snowy, at least for parts of the Midwest, to travel in mind Wednesday and Thursday next week. In the meantime, just clouds for the day-to-day, a sprinkle in the air both this morning and this afternoon, and a high temperature up around 44. So not much of a real climb. Northwest breeze on the increase, 15 to 25 and gusty, 32 tonight. Maybe a snowflake tomorrow morning. Some peaks of afternoon sun, not a lot of it this weekend by any means. 47 tomorrow, 31 tomorrow night, and 57 on Sunday. So the high school game itself is in relatively good order again for the day today as well, except for the breeze. Now by Monday, a little rain in spots. We're in the 50s. Same with Sunday at 57, but temperatures fall Monday. We're back to colder Tuesday. We'll stay in the probably upper 30s, low 40s for highs Wednesday, Thursday. Could be a rainy Thanksgiving, maybe a little snow to start off, or sometime Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. Don't think it's a big deal with travel in mind, just wet roads. And then colder weather settling in next week on Friday and next weekend. High temperatures just into the low to mid 30s.
So tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock Monticello. Monticello. We're not bad with that 3A semifinal.
Yeah, it looks like about probably 47 degrees and peaks of sun and a west-northwest breeze. No issues out there. Again, not bad for late November here in Central Illinois, sir.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Appreciate
you too.
Thank you, Greg Solier, very accurate meteorologist of ours at 8:09. He is the head coach of Monticello High School. It's our friend Collie Welter. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Stevie. How are you?
Well, good. You got another ball game, just another game. You know, just another game.
Here we go again.
Last hour, Scott said he's just happy he's still playing at this point, right? I mean, it's just you get down to.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that's what he said.
I once had Gene, Katie, and Bruce Weber on at the same time when Bruce was really good and Gene wasn't. And then I asked Bruce, I said, well, what about the game tonight with Purdue? And he's going, oh, they've got great guys and old guys. And Gene said, here we go. Here we go. So at this point, do I ask Scott the same thing. Would you rather play a team you know or a team you don't know? And he didn't think it at this. Again, you're still playing a familiarity. It doesn't matter. The kids are going to do what they're going to do. And how do you feel about playing a familiar foe?
Yeah, I agree with that. At this stage in the game, you're happy to be playing. You certainly want to keep, but the opponent's not as big a deal. Like we would not have liked to play them in round one. The conference teams in round one. You don't want to play teams you already played in round one. But by the time you get to the semifinals, you're just happy to still be going, and so the opponent's somewhat irrelevant.
All right. So what do you guys got to do tomorrow to beat Unity?
No, they're very good. They're very balanced on offense. They're very disciplined on defense. They always align. They make very few assignment errors, but they've been running the ball really well. But they've also thrown throughout the year very well. So, like I said, they're very balanced. We're just going to have to be on our game, and we have to be assignment sound and tackle well, and win the turnover battle, like any coach would say at this point in the season.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a 2:00 kickoff again. Weather doesn't seem to be a factor, which is awesome. What do people do? Get there at noon? This is going to be a big crowd. One of your biggest, I would think.
I would think so. I know in recent years with sort of the proliferation of the streaming services and things like that, people can stay home and watch. But I think with the weather being decent and proximity of the two teams, it should be a pretty good crowd.
Boy, what a tight one against Benton with them forcing an overtime, and then you coming out on top 27-26. Any reflections on that game, Coley?
Yeah, we jumped out well, started off the game 14-0, call back that would have made it 21-0, and then we seemed to kind of spiral downward. Give Benton credit; they kind of took control of the game at that point. Luckily, our kids made enough plays there at the end to hold on. It was exciting, too exciting for me, but it was exciting, and we're happy to get past it.
All right. So 2:00 tomorrow, Unity and Monticello for a chance to go to the state championship. Coley, you've had a fantastic high school coaching career. Have you won a state title?
Yes.
And where was that with who?
Monticello and Toledo.
Man, so you've run both places.
Okay.
So you've been here before. You've been here, done that. What kind of wisdom can you share having been through this?
With my team of players?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm at a stage of my life where I'm old and it's more enjoy it. Like I sit back and I'm thankful every day that we're still practicing. I get to watch the kids and hang out and the coaches, and certainly we want to keep going and win every game, but it's just it's a nice experience to be able to be out there every day with them. So that's kind of what I try to pass on to them. It's enjoy it while you're here.
Well, listen, you've just done a fantastic job. How many years at Monticello now, Coley?
16 now, yeah, believe it or not.
And you just signed another 14-year contract to make it an even 30.
Yes.
Is that right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that means no. Okay, just checking. Hey, listen, good luck to you. Hope you play great. Hope it's a wonderful game. Good luck tomorrow at the Monticello High School Unity and Monticello winner going to state title game week from today. Congratulations, Coley, to be here, and wish you well.
Thanks a lot. I'm really thankful for you guys having us on.
You betcha. My pleasure. Care. Monticello Sages football coach Coley Walter.
And the state title game will take place November 29th at Hancock Stadium against Montini, who's 9-3, or Wilmington, who's 12-0.
Yeah, well, they're both, yeah. But at this point,
I know.
We're here. We're happy.
As downstage teams, we always just kind of grumble at what they got
Montini and again, Catholic school, they play 5A. Yeah, all of those things. And they play a 5A schedule and they're 9-3.
Do they have a NIL deal in high school for some of these teams, I wonder?
I don't know if they do now, but it's coming. Seriously, NIL in high school might even be a thing now. I don't know. I just know that you beat Byron. Byron went for 2 and lost. Otherwise, they'd have beat Montini. So Montini beat the monster. That was Byron.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to think Montini beats Wilmington.
Okay.
And so...
Because hot beats better.
Well, I tell you...
Is that right?
My theory is the hottest team generally can beat a better team if they're super hot. To me, Unity is hot.
Yeah.
Because they were on a point, were they 5-3, 4-3?
Yeah.
Where they weren't sure they're making the playoffs.
I know.
And they had lost that 54-52 game or 50.
So close.
There's 100 and some points scored between the 1A. It was a 1A school down in St. Louis.
Bellevue Althoff.
Bellevue was 1A, but they have 2 or 3 D1 guys, including one player going to Oregon.
Right.
What? In a 1A?
Oh, my goodness.
So we lost that game, but they scored in the last 3 seconds to beat Unity. So at that point, you're saying Unity might not make the playoffs. And then when you have a resurgence like that and you rally, they are playing well. But so is Monticello.
Right.
Monticello was 7-1. They played Unity and lost that last game of the season, but otherwise they've won them all too. It ought to be a dandy. You are looking live.
That's
Monticello High School.
I
Let's
love
go.
it.
Big Silver Bird takes off for Rutgers for Illinois and Brett Bielema's ball club. The plane leaves later today.
Number 24, Illini, taking on Rutgers at 11 a.m. tomorrow. As a matter of fact, we've got some ball games coming up for our men's basketball team as they face Maryland Eastern Shore tomorrow at 3. If you'd like to go to the game, text in Illini 359-2255. You might win tickets from expressbros.com. And then on Monday, if you want to check out the game against Little Rock, you can put MON for Monday. That's 8 o'clock against Little Rock. We have a couple of home games coming up for our number 25 Illinois men's basketball team. The women are in action. Ranked number 22, Oregon State is who will place at 7 o'clock tonight. And the doors open at, I believe, 5, and it's only $8 a ticket if you want to check out that game. If you want to be all in on Illinois women athletics, we've got the volleyball team hosting Rutgers at 4 o'clock this afternoon, then Saturday at 7. NFL, some bad conditions, but Cleveland came out on top, beating Pittsburgh 24-19 yesterday. On Sunday at noon, you got Minnesota in Soldier Field to face the Bears. You'll hear the action over on Q96. We also had the Blues and the Blackhawks winning their games on ice yesterday. And tonight, we've got Purdue at Michigan State in Big Ten basketball. And that's essentially sports to the hour.
All right, I want you to hear this because it's kind of a different side of Brad Underwood encouraging the team after a loss at Alabama.
Hey, sometimes things don't go your way, but it wasn't for the fight. When we sat down and guarded them, we were great. And not win games missing free throws. We missed 13 of them tonight. 13. We win this ball game if we just make free throws. We had 13 turnovers, that's too many. The discipline of winning is doing your job. And we did so many things good. Got another one on Saturday. I love what we're growing into. I promise you, we're right there. Yes, sir.
I mean, I love what we're growing into. Mm-hmm. We're right there. You feel it in his passion. And then Dre Gibbs Longhorn chimed in as the only experienced guy from last year playing and suggested, yeah, we were here last year. You said the same thing.
I promise you, we're right there. I'm doing this for 38 years. I promise you, we're going to be right there. Understand?
You said that last year. I forgot who we played. I'm not going to lie. I was questioning. I was like, I don't know. He's not lying, y'all. Like, we are really talented.
I said it after Marquette.
Yeah.
I said it after we got beat by Marquette at home. I said, guys, we're good, man. We're going to be good. It's not a time to hang your head. It's time to be disappointed, because guess what? The one thing in this program, losing is never acceptable. Not going out there in front of 15,000 and woo-hoo-hoo. We played. No. So we got to still learn how to make winning plays, and we got to avoid the mistakes we did tonight. Saturday's another day to get better.
Family on three, 1, 2, 3. Family. Okay, so we play tomorrow. You want tickets? We play Monday. You want tickets?
That's
We're giving them away. Express Pros, we've got it for you. 217-359-2255. Say Illini Sat or Illini Mun.
There you go.
And we'll know who wants what.
Absolutely.
Got tickets to give away, and if you want them, we'd love you to have them for Illinois basketball. You're going to want to see particularly KJ and Will Riley. I think those are two pros that are currently on this roster. This felt like an NBA game at points for me. When we were down like 18, then all of a sudden it was 9. And then we had that goaltending would have made 7. I mean, we were surging.
Yeah.
We have a team that can come back. There's no doubt about that. This is going to be good, but we're going through the mandatory process of getting to know each other and figuring out who does what and when.
Yeah.
But KJ and Will obviously stand out. Weather now, meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you by Busey for over 155 years, member FDIC.
Hey, sometimes things don't go.
That's not Greg. Weather brought to you by Busey for over 155 years, member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Sonora, Champaign and vicinity. Still a wind-blown day's worth of weather, minus the hint of wintertime in the air and on the ground still in some select areas. Temperatures pretty much close to seasonal norms. A little uptick briefly into early next week. A more significant drop in temperatures towards the Thanksgiving holiday and beyond. A little more moisture back into play as well. Speaking of which, a little drizzle in the air this morning. A couple of sprinkles this afternoon. Cloud cover sticks around at 44. That northwest wind picks on up 15 to 25 and gusty down to 32 for tonight. Maybe a snow flurry tomorrow. Maybe some afternoon sun tomorrow at 47. We'll pop to 57 on Sunday and 56 on Monday, but dropping with a little rain in spots and colder here Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Daytime temperatures in the lower 40s with more rain back in for Wednesday. Some of that rain could have a little snow mixed in early on Thanksgiving Day Thursday, the high near 40.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
You'll be seeing more discounts from McDonald's. Next year, McDonald's will launch a new menu line called McValue, aimed at customers feeling the pinch of the higher cost of living. Starting January 7th, in addition to a $5 meal, McDonald's will also be selling a buy one, add one for $1 offer for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The $5 meal deal will continue through next summer. Charlotte-based women's fashion retailer Cato is suspending the dividend it pays shareholders. Cato reported a wider loss and falling sales in the recent quarter. Cato says it was impacted by the bankruptcy of one of its largest suppliers. And Bitcoin is trading over $98,000, with investors anticipating a more crypto-friendly Trump administration. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey there, it's me, Kennedy. Make sure to check out my podcast, Kennedy Saves the World. It is 5 days a week. Every week, we check in with Jimmy Fallon, bring in authors for the book club, and even treat some of your favorite Fox personalities to a very special happy hour. Download and listen at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Kennedy Saves the World. America's listening to Fox News.
Well, this message now from our friends at Busey. It was, I've mentioned, around 155 years, over 155 years. All right, 'tis the season for holiday shopping surge. As the shopping increases, so do financial scams and fraudulent activities. Boy, you got to be careful. People send you stuff all the time that might be bad. Emails, texts, click here for your receipt. What? I didn't buy that? Boo, that's bad. Busey promises sound advice, helping to keep you safe while you shop, both in stores and online. Good idea to set up alerts to monitor for suspicious activity on your account. You can do that. Be cautious of deals that seem too good to be true for sure. Be aware of your surroundings. Easy to get caught up in the hustle bustle of the season. Make sure you always have physical possession of your bank and credit card information. Check it again. Beware of mystery shopper scams. Legitimate mystery shopper programs do exist, but they do not ask you to send money back to them via wire, prepaid cards, or gift cards. If you suspect that you or someone you know may be a victim of a scam, contact local law enforcement or your bank for assistance. They will guide you. Busey can do that. Busey online services include all of the things we've talked about. Mobile, you can find out the latest ATM, where to go. They've got all that information. Busey.com is a terrific website as well. To access additional information that'll protect you from scams and identity theft, visit the information security section of Busey's financial blog, which is called Money Matters. Busey, Money Matters. Busey, member FDIC. Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow, right here in Champaign-Urbana, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnace is running safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
When you're buying a battery, it's important to look beyond just the price and make sure you're buying a quality battery. So when you're buying one from the big box store, make sure you ask the question, what's the date on this battery? Is it dependable? Sometimes the big box stores have batteries that have been sitting on the shelf for years. Or you can just come to Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable, and buy your battery from the people who only do batteries. Interstate Batteries at 2504 North Madison, Champaign, way out there, but totally worth the drive. How much is dependable worth to you? Interstate Batteries open 6 days a week.
Hi, Ellen Hook here, owner of your newly remodeled Ashley in Champaign. When you find what you love at the price you love, it's not just Black Friday, it's the Ashley Black Friday event. This season at Ashley, find the perfect sofa and stain-resistant fabric at a price you'll love. You'll wonder, where has this been all my life? Plus, enjoy savings up to $1,000 store-wide. Act fast because these deals won't be around for long. And starting November 29th, score Black Friday doorbuster deals starting at $199 while supplies last, only at Ashley.
Make this holiday season truly magical with Champaign-Urbana Ballet's The Nutcracker, December 5th through the 8th. Presented in partnership with Krannert Center for the Performing Arts, Area-Wide Technologies, Bill Bass Foundation, Stone Ridge Dairy, Two Men in a Truck, and Champaign Ballet Academy. Tickets at the Krannert Center box office or cuballet.com. Experience the unforgettable story, music, dancing, and tradition of CU Ballet's The Nutcracker.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868, Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini, member FDIC.
Illinois basketball season is underway. Single game tickets to see your Fighting Illini at State Farm Center are on sale now at fightingillini.com. Great seats are still available. Lock in your tickets for big games against Big Ten opponents before they're gone. Don't miss your chance to see the winningest team in the Big Ten Conference over the last 5 years. Be part of the atmosphere and get tickets at fightingillini.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
All right, Tim Onstad, tell me how you're doing at Dedicated Diesel and the Dixie Chopper. You have any late model deals here I can make?
Yeah, there are fall deals on everything. We've got 3 or 4 used machines in there that Andy's looking to get rid of. We still have some new models, very few, limited of those, but those are going to be at the lowest prices that you can get. If you give us a price and it's close to what our dealer invoice is, he'll go for it.
Okay.
We'll do that and get rid of it.
Good time to buy then.
It's a great time to buy. Best prices you can get, and if you need service, now's the time to bring them in to get them serviced and get ahead of the rush and get ready for spring.
Gail Frericks Trucking, can people apply just to give you a resume?
We actually are starting a waiting list now for drivers for our regional van over the road. We've got a good group right now, and we're blessed with it.
What's the location?
1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. You can get Andy at 217-328-0562. They can reach me at the office at 765-793-7131.
All right, it's 8:28. Glad you're listening. We've got another half hour of the program, The Drive, this afternoon with the boys, talking Rutgers and, of course, Illinois basketball. But I'd like to beat Rutgers tomorrow. That'd be really nice at 11 a.m.
Absolutely.
Hey, Indiana, Ohio State, I have no idea. I think that's an 11 a.m. game. Why would you put Indiana and Ohio State at 11 a.m.? I think it's 11 a.m.
It is.
Why?
I've talked about that earlier
It's the
this
best
week.
game in the country tomorrow.
I know.
Why would you put it at 11 a.m.?
I don't know.
Peculiar. Anyway, I don't think Indiana beats Ohio State, but I think their coach thinks they're going to beat Ohio State. And the guy's 10-0, got $72 million extension, so who am I to say he doesn't know what he's talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But I think Ohio State's a different level on the talent. But again, I don't know. These guys are pounding people. Oh, they're not playing anybody. I know, but they played their schedule, and they won them all. And Indiana in 100 and some years have never been 10-0. Sometimes people play over what they are, as in hot beats better. If they beat Ohio State and Columbus, they're gonna be a top 4 team. So that's stunning. And then I'm rooting for Army to beat Notre Dame. Sorry, I got a son-in-law that went to West Point. So Army will be in the picture if they upset Notre Dame. Don't think they can do that either. But again, cheering for those cadets.
Yeah, my daughter Gabby was in Army. My son-in-law Seth, Army. So I'm
Let's go
also
Army.
rooting for
Come
Army.
on, man.
These are some of the topics I'm sure that'll come up when I'm working the room at the iHotel tonight. See you dancing with the stars.
So you're actually working.
I'm working the room.
Oh, I wondered if you were doing anything. Okay. Working the room.
I have all these mother-in-law or mother dresses that I wore.
Let me touch on that in a second.
Okay.
We'll talk Don Moyer's Dancing with the Stars tonight. Stand by.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. President-elect Trump will try again with a new Attorney General nominee, former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi.
The nomination comes just hours after Trump's first pick, Congressman Matt Gaetz, dropped out of the running after Trump reportedly told him he did not have the votes to get confirmed. Gaetz congratulated Bondi, saying they worked closely together at the Florida State House and said she is an inspiring leader and a champion for all. Brooke Singman, Fox News.
The Capitol Christmas tree arrives this morning, always chosen from a different national forest.
This year's tree, a Sitka spruce from Alaska's Tongass National Forest, the nation's largest, making the over 4,000-mile journey to Washington, D.C. It will add holiday cheer to the district, gracing the west front lawn of the U.S. Capitol. A lighting ceremony is set for December 3rd.
Fox's Kristen Goodman, the tree's nickname, Spruce Wayne, like Batman, the winner of an online poll. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Longtime foot soldier for Michael Madigan testifying against him in the former Illinois House Speaker's racketeering trial. Ed Moody testified yesterday that Madigan arranged for him to receive a consulting contract from ComEd worth over $354,000 without doing any work for the utility. Instead, he was being paid to continue campaigning for Illinois Democrats, a conservative group attempting to take action against an Illinois law that requires mail-in ballots be counted for 14 days after Election Day. In a filing this week, the organization Judicial Watch asking the U.S. Supreme Court to reverse federal court rulings that upheld the law. Illinois lawmakers moving forward with a bill that will expand treatment for chronic pain sufferers. State Senate passed a measure allowing physicians to make prescriptions for controlled substances without strict limitations based on dosage amounts. The state currently has policies that restrict doctors from prescribing opioids. That's what's happening. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Does your bank keep rewards just out of reach? Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. While some banks save their reward programs for a select few, here at Fisher National, we offer free rewards checking to all of our customers. We are trying to reward you for the things you do every day. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive a statement electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's as easy as that. Rewards checking includes excellent 2.0 annual percentage yield for balances up to $20,000 and ATM refunds up to $20. Oh, and no minimum balance is required. Free rewards checking from Fisher National Bank. Rewards within reach and service beyond. See monthly requirements at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign event this Saturday, stuck in a wide and expansive area of cloudiness in the wake of yesterday's wind-blown touch of winter time. That's into the northeast of New England. Other than a little drizzle in spots this morning and perhaps a couple sprinkles this afternoon. The overcast sky, the stiff northwest wind, and about 44 this afternoon. Probably not far off seasonal norms. Lows down tonight to about 32. Maybe a snowflake early tomorrow. Then some peaks of afternoon sun at 47. We'll pop into the 50s here Sunday afternoon with a couple of peaks of sun and up to 56 on Monday. A little bit of rain. Temperatures may slide later in the day. Tuesday next week, colder. Wednesday, a little rain for the big travel day. Some of that rain may have a little snow mixed in, perhaps by Thanksgiving morning. Otherwise, a wet and rainy day's worth of afternoon weather on Thanksgiving Day, the high near 40. And another shot of some cold air moving in here for Friday and the rest of the holiday weekend, with Friday highs in the 30s and perhaps near freezing at best come next Saturday and Sunday. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
A family-friendly comedy movie is coming to Danville's Fisher Theater on Saturday, November 30th. The LAF Kids has 4 orphans trying to save the head lady and orphanage as they go on an adventure of a lifetime. The world premiere of the Laugh Kids will have a red carpet event with all kinds of stars coming into town for this special night. Local producers from East Central Illinois who shot the movie Irresponsible are at it again. Saturday, November 30th in Danville's Fisher Theater with the world premiere of The Lost and Found Kids. This North End Empire film will have you rolling in the aisles. Take the whole family to this red carpet event and get pictures and autographs from some of the movie's actors making an appearance on the Saturday after Thanksgiving in Danville's historic Fisher Theater. Get your tickets now and check out the VIP passes by visiting atthefisher.com/laf.kids.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
And that is what we have for our Stever offer. I'm giving out a free Bull Doggy bag, and I'm going to pay for it all, $210. If you want to get inspired and actually do something to clean up and get organized, I will help you, my friend, by letting you get this doggy bag simply by texting in doggy bag. If you're in Champaign County, they'll deliver to your home. You can buy them at Do It Best Hardware. Well, they'll deliver your home if Champaign County. Then when you fill it, might be next spring, whatever, he'll come pick it up and I'll pay. All right, 217-359-2255. Text doggy bag if you're interested in this offer, $210 value. I got you.
That's right.
All right, Dancing with the Stars tonight, Don Moy Boys and Girls Club. Lots of local celebrities will be in it. We had Lynn Barnes on yesterday. I know Day Kang, the superstar for Cozed Asset Management. He's dancing tonight. He is an athlete. He'll probably do 3 backflips. It's so fun.
Yeah, you said to Lynn, are you going to do a backflip?
Yeah, I was expecting, yes, of course, that's what I was trained to do, but she said
when
no.
I think of how this looked when we did the first 10 years of this, and it was just such a new concept, and at the time we were at the refinery, but it definitely outgrew that. There was a pivot during COVID. Did you even host that? Was it online? Do you remember how
I
that
hosted
looked?
it by myself at the iHotel.
Okay.
It was on TV.
Right.
And I had to look into a small camera and kind of fill. And then it was the dancers. I think we had video.
Right.
The video of the dancers.
I want to
introduced
say
the
that's
segment.
how it went.
Yeah, I did that just on a stage, and I have no idea how it worked out. I never saw any of it.
And see,
but I was there.
But I think that was the start of the new era because they knew, we can do this online. And you can watch this whole show tonight online.
You can?
You can start voting now for your favorite people.
So where would you find it online?
It's essentially, I'm just going to dmbgc.org right now.
I did not know that.
And and that was some of the stuff that Lynn was bringing up. But you were more interested in some of the things that she's doing.
Didn't register when she said that. I usually when they say online, it's like one camera set up over here. It's not really.
I think it's a production now.
Okay, then. So I'll go to Don Moya Boys and Girls Club website, and then click on it if I wanted to watch.
Right.
All right.
And see, I'm just clicking around to see that and make sure, because I thought there'd be an event thing that would pop up immediately. But obviously, this is the show now. This is one of the premier, fundraisers. It's going to be a $500,000 night probably.
Whoa.
I know. That's how much
good
it's
for them.
I mean,
awesome.
Remember when we first went into, getting, what was it, 25 grand or something when we first started this out, Stevie? And we just had the production elements coming together. Of course, it was the same concept, just like it is on TV, where you have local celebrities teamed up with a professional dancer. And then I was thinking, we need entrance music so that when they come up on the dance floor, we've got some energy built up. Then you interview the dancer and you have the panel of judges. It's just a wonderful event.
Yeah,
and
they raised a lot of money. I think the last year was 300 and some, but they topped that now.
I know it.
Good for them.
That's why they're shooting for $500,000 tonight.
Just have to get into the ear of the people that can do that. And there are plenty of people that can do that.
Absolutely.
So awesome. All right, 8:40.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Good morning, First Federal Savings Bank. How may I direct your call?
Speak with friendly, real people during lobby hours. It matters when you call First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. A real person located at the bank, not a recording, answers your call during lobby hours. Personal, friendly service makes a difference. 217-356-BANK.
Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc. Fast, friendly, and local with local loan decisions and underwriting. If you're not already banking with us, give us a try. We think you'll love it here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 435120.
NAMI Champaign County seeks to improve the lives of individuals who are living with mental conditions. With education, support, public awareness, and advocacy, the National Alliance on Mental Illness has been supporting families since 1983. A free in-person 8-session educational program is coming your way to help families, significant others, and friends of people with mental health conditions. Learn strategies for taking care of a person that you love. Details can be found at NAMIChampaign.org. You are not alone.
Hi, Ellen Hook here, owner of your newly remodeled Ashley in Champaign. When you find what you love at the price you love, it's not just Black Friday, it's the Ashley Black Friday event. This season at Ashley, find the perfect sofa and stain-resistant fabric at a price you'll love. You'll wonder, where has this been all my life? Plus, enjoy savings up to $1,000 store-wide. Act fast because these deals won't be around for long. And starting November 29th, score Black Friday doorbuster deals starting at $199 while supplies last, only at Ashley.
Pia's 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign. Enjoy drink specials from Coors and Miller Lite, Twisted Tea, Captain Morgan, and Bullet Rye Bourbon. As we say, go Illini. Great drink specials, terrific pub food like the Slugger Burger, chicken fingers, loaded nachos, and fish on Fridays. Pia's will have a fan bus to watch the Illini. It leaves a half hour before tip-off as you head to the State Farm Center, get dropped off and picked up in the Front Circle Drive off 1st Street. Pia's 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
All righty, we jump to some morning sports to get us up to date on that. ESPN 93.5, it is Diane Ducey.
Number 25, Illinois men's basketball facing Maryland Eastern Shore tomorrow at 3. If you'd like to go to the game, text in Illini. It's brought to you by Express Pros with your top link to talent and opportunities, expresspros.com. Also, the men play at Little Rock Monday at 8. So you can put SAT or MUN on your text to 359-2255 if you and a friend want to go check out that game. We also have our volleyball team in action at 4 against Rutgers Saturday at 7 if you want to head to Huff Hall this afternoon. And then head over to the State Farm Center for number 22 Illini women's basketball team facing Oregon State at 7 o'clock. We have our Illinois men's football team, of course, in action at 11 a.m. in New Jersey for Rutgers game. Illinois men's football ranked number 24. Tonight in Big Ten football, we have Purdue at Michigan State. NFL action had Cleveland over Pittsburgh 24-19 yesterday. Sunday at noon will be the Bears facing Minnesota. Always fun to watch the game at Pia's. And speaking of Pia's at 1609 West Springfield Avenue, you can always take that fan bus, and it's totally free to take the shuttle on Saturday. It'll leave a half hour before tip-off every time and within 10 minutes after the final buzzer if you want to check that out. That's sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
In 1925, Bud and B. Reichert founded a small plumbing business in Urbana. Today, nearly 100 years later, A&R Mechanical is still thriving. A&R Mechanical believes in designing, building, and maintaining with plumbing, piping, ventilation, and HVAC service. As one of the largest and most innovative contractors in the Midwest, their team creates and sustains essential facility systems for iconic structures like the Siebel Center, the Campus Instructional Facility, Carl at the Fields, Chemical and Life Science Lab, the Carl Heart and Vascular Service, and literally dozens more. Their impact on Champaign-Urbana is legendary. For nearly a century, A&R Mechanical has been a cornerstone of our community. Congratulations, A&R Mechanical, on nearly 100 years of dedication, innovation, and community spirit. Design, build, maintain. It's what they've done for nearly 100 years and what they'll continue to do for the next 100 years. Visit ar-mech.com for more details.
Thank you for choosing 2 Men in a Truck. How may I help you?
Hi, I have a strange question. I need help getting my holiday decorations from storage, and then I need to rearrange my furniture for our upcoming parties. Can you guys do that?
Oh, that's not strange at all. 2 Men in a Truck has completed over 10 million moves. We can deliver your decorations right to your doorstep. And of course, our moving experts can help rearrange your furniture for your holiday gatherings.
Not sure how your move is going to work? Go to 2meninatruck.com for your free estimate.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground Solutions. Are you tired of dealing with leaky faucets, basement flooding, bursting or leaking pipes? From plumbing maintenance and repairs to installing new water heaters and sump pumps, our goal is to get you up and running as soon as possible. At Lands Plumbing, we have 24/7 emergency service and a team of highly skilled professionals that will work with you to get the job done right the first time. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
Don't let the chilly weather keep you from having fun. Warm up with exciting activities instead. Registration for Champaign Park District's winter and spring programs is now open, with activities for all ages, ranging from sports and fitness to cultural arts and special events. There's something for everyone. Whether you're looking to learn a new skill, socialize, or just have a blast, their activities are designed to inspire creativity and expand your horizons. Stay active and engaged all season long. Visit champaignparks.org for details.
All right, it's ESPN 93.5. Another few minutes here before we let you go here today.
I want to remind people about University of Illinois Police Training Institute Bingo Night tomorrow at the Elks Club behind Old Orchard. Gaming starts at 6.
Yep, you can buy as many cards as you want, right? Sit there and you marvel at the people that are able to do 12 cards.
$35 for however many cards you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll do 20. I mean, really, if you go...
man in your dauber there.
B12, and then you go... and I don't know how people do it, but I could handle about 4 cards. How do they do 12? I guess I've never seen men do this. It's women who can multitask.
Right.
I've seen women with 12 cards.
They've got a food truck till 7. Doors open at 5 for that experience tomorrow at the Elks Club.
All right. Okay, so we've covered the bases locally when it comes to Monticello Unity. Had both head coaches on.
2 o'clock tomorrow.
Both are excited. I don't think I realized that Cully had won 2, one with Monticello and one with Aledo.
Right.
So he's won 2 state championships. Scott's been there 5 times. I mean, between St. Joachim and Unity, it's double digits time, but we run into a 3A juggernaut from the north.
That's right.
That always makes it...
Around it'll be Montini or Wilmington on November 29th at Hancock Stadium, ISU's campus.
And shoot, Bloomington's 45 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I of course much rather have them play Memorial Stadium.
Absolutely.
Apparently that deal's off. I missed that.
I thought it was every other year.
What about Northern? We used to go to Northern. Usually Northern, then Champaign, then I don't know. Do we still have it? I have no idea. It's one of those things that slips through the cracks.
Okay.
We do have basketball, high school basketball here.
Yes, we do.
And that's awesome. That's like the good old days of what it was, where it should be. Every kid in the state every coach, they want to be at the State Farm.
It's the show.
It's renovation, Illinois success. You want to play on that court.
Absolutely.
If you're a kid, just do a poll. They all want to be here. They just do.
I'll get more Illini ticket winners potentially. Texting into 359-2255 the word Illini if you want to go tomorrow at 3 or Monday at 8.
Okay, we've got that going for us. No more football, so we're just doing basketball now. ESPN 93.5, we check our weather.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Sonora. Champaign and vicinity. Still a windblown day's worth of weather, minus the hint of wintertime in the air and on the ground still in some select areas. Temperatures pretty much close to seasonal norms. A little uptick briefly into early next week. A more significant drop in temperatures towards the Thanksgiving holiday and beyond. A little more moisture back into play as well. Speaking of which, a little drizzle in the air this morning. A couple of sprinkles this afternoon. Cloud cover sticks around at 44. That northwest wind picks on up 15 to 25 and gusty down to 32 for tonight. Maybe a snow flurry tomorrow, maybe some afternoon sun tomorrow at 47. We'll pop to 57 on Sunday and 56 on Monday, but dropping with a little rain in spots and colder here Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Daytime temperatures in the lower 40s with more rain back in for Wednesday. Some of that rain could have a little snow mixed in early on Thanksgiving Day Thursday, the high near 40. Highs only in the 30s by late next week on Friday and even colder for that following weekend. We'll keep you posted right here for Steve H.A. Broadcasting. I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Here's what new customers are saying about Interstate Batteries.
It's nice to see capable and helpful associates. They did a top-notch job.
They were easy to talk to and explained everything.
Service was prompt and I was a walk-in. Total service time was only like 20 minutes. I highly recommend Interstate Batteries.
Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. How much is dependable worth? Experience them for the first time at 2504 North Mattis. Way out there, but worth the drive. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Visit interstatebatteries.com.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Since 1937, Citizens Equity First Credit Union, or CEFCU, has been serving its 385,000 owners with something better than banking. We believe in an open and honest approach to handling your money. Are you ready for your next car? Enjoy low interest rates on auto loans tailored just for you. Remember, we're not a bank, we're better. Experience the CEFCU difference today, where you're not just a customer, you're an owner. Visit CEFCU.com for more details.
All right.
Federally insured by NCUA.
Jay Lehman, stars of Mondays at 4, 3.
And that'll be happening.
Monday, yeah. You'll be on Monday.
Reflect on the Rutgers game.
And look ahead to at Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
Where they're now playing both ways. You know, sometimes back in the day, they would go just one direction. Didn't we play there with Ron Zook? Mikhail LaShore had like 300 yards rushing, and I think we had to just go one direction.
Right.
They're going both ways. They figured it out, but you do have to be careful with the brick wall at the end.
Yeah.
Be careful. But apparently Ohio State played up there against Northwestern because Northwestern is actually building a stadium. Remember Northwestern got in all that trouble and they were going to close their football program, and then they beat us?
I guess they turned it around.
I guess so. The guy was
People
coach
forgot about all that hazing.
Well, and then they lost $187 million. The guy backed out of a stadium deal. Now I guess he's back. Anyway, I don't know. Northwestern gets a new stadium, so they're going to be displaced. That's why we're playing at Wrigley a week from Saturday.
Right.
Tomorrow, 11 a.m., it's Rutgers in Illinois. Go Illini. Let's go. Let's cap off what's turning out to be a really, really good year. And if we don't win the last two, then it's a good year. A really good year if we win one of them. Really, really good year if you win both.
Yeah,
how about that? That's
absolutely.
easy. We'll just count it as a really, really good year to get to 9 and be a really, really, really good. That might be 3 reallys. I mean, I was just hoping and wondering if we'd make 6, and then we beat Kansas, and then the whole football thing started changing. And the highlight for me, maybe of the century, has been the Michigan game. Because, A, it's 100 years of Red Grange. We reminisced about what was important about the University of Illinois history. Then they brought in that team that we never beat. We beaten 3 times in 60 years here in Champaign, and we win.
Yes.
So I don't know how it gets better than that day. And then Red Grange won the end of the third quarter sprint.
77-yard freaky fast from Jimmy John.
Anyway, that was going to be the highlight no matter what, because that was fun and it was Michigan. Okay,
Absolutely.
Diane, we'll meet Monday, God willing.
Enjoy the weekend.
That is Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Short week for everybody next week, and we'll be here Monday. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed weekend.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
When you're looking for your next vehicle, be sure to stop at Sarah Champagne and listen to Merez.
Hi, I'm Merez Johnson Jr., power forward for the University of Illinois basketball team. The only place you should shop for your next vehicle is Sarah Champagne, home of Honda, BMW, Buick GMC, and Subaru. Why? Because they treat you like family every time. Take it from me, Merez Johnson Jr. Sarah Champagne will be the last dealership you will ever work with.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com. You've heard about the doggy bag, right? From Bulldog Disposal Muhammad, a 6 cubic yard canvas bag that can be used for easy cleanup instead of a big dumpster. The one-time use bag is now available and you can save the delivery charge. Get the doggy bag at Do It Best Hardware in Champaign at 107 West Springfield. So fill up the bag, call Bulldog Disposal, have it disposed of, and you'll be organized. Go to bulldoggybag.com for all the details. That's bulldoggybag.com.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
The University of Illinois Police Training Institute is celebrating 70 years with a bingo night at the Elks Lodge on Saturday, November 23rd from 6 to 9 p.m. The Police Training Institute's 70th anniversary bingo night, Saturday, November 23rd from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Elks Lodge located at 903 North Dunlap Avenue in Savoy. To register for this night of bingo, food, prizes, and fun, visit pti.illinois.edu and click on the 70th anniversary tab.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. There's no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help you improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Attention all truck drivers looking for a new opportunity with great pay and amazing benefits. Gale Frericks Trucking has got you covered. Join their team, receive a $4,000 sign-on bonus. That's right, $4,000 just for coming on board. Plus, enjoy a $1,200 gross weekly pay guarantee. Drive their state-of-the-art Freightliner Cascadia trucks equipped with a revolutionary system designed to reduce weight and downtime. Get home every weekend and some nights during the week with paid vacations and holidays. They offer company-sponsored health insurance and all the benefits you deserve. Regional drivers get first priority. Don't wait. Apply in person at Dedicated Diesel, 1313 Triumph Drive, Urbana, or call Tim at 765-505-1295. That's 765-505-1295. Start your journey today with Gale Frericks Trucking. You're listening to WSJK.